Hi, Year 5, and welcome to your narrative lesson 9. Okay, last English lesson of this pack. Okay, so I talked about us yesterday doing some editing. So we're going to have a look at up-leveling some sentences because I know you know how to look for capital letters and full stops, okay, but sometimes these sentences we don't tend to create the most exciting ones. So we're going to have a little look and then hopefully be able to look through some of your work and see where you can put some of these sentences in. So what does up-leveling sentence mean? To up-level a sentence is to make a boring sentence interesting by including more advanced grammatical features such as changing the wolf guarded the babies into curiously the calm, nurturing wolf who normally growled at humans guarded the vulnerable, abandoned babies. How much more interesting is that to read? So we're going to have a little look at how you can do that. So here we go. We've got curiously, okay, the calm, nurturing wolf who normally growled at humans guarded the vulnerable, abandoned babies. So we've added a fronted adverbial there, okay. We've added an expanded noun phrases and we've added a relative clause, okay. So you can see that there within your commas. Super. So let's have a little look then. So fronted adverbials are words or phrases at the beginning of a sentence which are used to describe the action that follows, such as without hesitation, Ryad reached up to grab the ball. Every evening, Maya practices with her guitar. And cheekily, Lisa smiled when she saw her cards. Okay, we've done a lot of work on fronted adverbials, so we should be quite confident with them. It's just remembering to put them into your writing. So if you read through your writing now and you notice, well, I've not really used any, you need to go back through and include some. A good idea would be to reread it through and underline it in a different colour where you've used one. It will make it very obvious to you if you've used enough or you've not used any at all very, very quickly. Okay? Right, let's have a look at expanded noun phrases. So, an expanded noun phrase provides extra information about the noun. You can use adjectives or modifying nouns to give more information within your sentence. So, some exciting holiday brochures, a cute pink pig, or the majestic magical unicorn. Now, that's nothing new. We know how to use that, okay? Now, relative clauses. A relative clause gives us extra information about the noun in the main clause. It is connected to the main clause by a relative pronoun. So here are some examples. The squirrel, which was halfway up the tree, clung onto the trunk. Sebastian, who was previously undefeated, now stands in fourth place. The storm that was predicted yesterday almost capsized the boat. Okay, so you can see here that we've got which, who, that. Okay, so it's really clear where those relative clauses are. Once again, go through your writing with a different colour to underline, okay, where you've used a relative clause. If you've not used any, please include one, or at least two. I'm going to set that challenge. If you've not included any, at least try and include two, okay, because you can use that for a lot of your setting description and for your character description. Right, so if you can use the back of this piece of paper, we're going to have a go at this, or you can just do it verbally. So the boy held open the door. How could we up-level that sentence? So first, we will create expanded noun phrases. So next, we'll find a fronted adverbial, and finally, we will add a relative clause. Right, so let's have a look. Use ambitious adjectives and modifying nouns to add extra information about both the nouns in the sentence. Which two things will you be describing? Which two things in there do you think you might be describing? Have a little think. So, what do they look like? Think about personality. How are they feeling? Think about conditions. What age are they and what size? So, the boy held open the door. So, you could describe the boy. You could describe the door. So, you have 1 minute to expand the noun phrase, the boy and the door, on a whiteboard. Now, obviously, you may not have a whiteboard at home. If you do, brilliant. If not, use one of the backs of the piece of paper. Okay, maybe your guided reading text piece of paper. Have a little go on there. Pause this where you need to. Okay. And then you can have a go at these activities. Right, again, remembering that fronted adverbials are words or phrases at the beginning of a sentence which are used to describe the action follows. Think about these questions. When did it happen? Does he do it frequently? So that means to do it often. Where was the door? How did he hold it? How long had he been there? What state was he in? So the boy held open the door. Once again, you have 1 minute to man up some fronted adverbials. A relative clause, slightly trickier. So a relative clause gives us extra information about the noun in the main clause. Choose one of the following relative pronouns to start your relative clause. So who, which, whose, and that. Which one are you going to use? The boy held open the door. Right, so let's have a look. So did you manage to upload the sentence one step at a time? Because sometimes that's easier. So you could have, after lunch, the sensible, responsible boy, whose job it is to tidy up, held open the blue classroom door. Okay, now, you could then go on to add a subordinate clause to give reason or further information. So subordinate clauses do not make sense on their own, but when they are used with a main clause, they create a complex multi-clause sentence. Violently, the colossal smouldering volcano, which had been dormant for over 100 years, spat dense grey ash and molten glowing lava into the blackened sky. And that could become, violently, the colossal smouldering volcano, which had been dormant for over 100 years, spat dense grey ash and molten glowing lava into the blackened sky until all light from the midday sun had been banished. How much more amazing does that sound? This is what I want you to have a look in your writing to do. So, there's some sentences here for you to have a little go at. So the boy at the hot dog, using the process you did before, all right? And then ask yourself, could I add a subordinate clause at the end? It's another one, Sharon read a book. I know I'm flicking through this, but I just want you to pause it wherever you need to, because if you feel you can do this, you don't need to spend loads of time having a go at these. I want you to have a go, okay, at doing this with your own work. Okay, so the last one, the homework was too hard for Kieran, so have a go at that. Now, once you've done that, what you need to do is lie out all the bits of writing you've done this week and see where you can up-level some sentences. Okay, make sure you read it aloud, because sometimes we miss words out. Okay, then you have a nice writing template where you can write up, once you've edited and improved it, okay, you can write it all up beautiful and neat, ready to bring into school with you. Okay, I really can't wait to read some of these stories. It's been a long time since I've read some stories from you guys, so we're really looking forward to it, me, Mrs. Jakes and Mrs. Cromie. And well done if you've managed to write a full story this week. Super effort. But like I say, any writer will have it proofread and will edit it, so make sure you have a good go.